Hey guys, this is Basketball Star 1130. I know I haven't been on here in a bit. Later tonight or when I get home from school tomorrow. Most likely when I get home from school tomorrow. But you might be lucky and get it later tonight, after dinner. But like I said, most likely after school tomorrow. I will be releasing my full bracket and playoff predictions and also do weekly picks. But I just wanted to break this news from today quick. It's not anything like official, like an official trade or cut or anything, but Deshaun Watson apparently wants out of the Houston Texans. A lot of league officials and GMs and coaches believe that there's a feel that he could request a trade from the Houston Texans, and I 100% hope he does this. I feel so bad. Words cannot express how bad I feel for Deshaun Watson right now. I feel so bad for Deshaun Watson. Even J.J. Watt at the end on the sideline at the end of the Week 17 game, because they went like 4-12 or 5, I think they went 4-12 this year. He was like, "I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry we wasted one of your years." And Deshaun was like, "It's all right." Obviously, he's gonna say that, but I think he should request a trade. Bill O'Brien set him up for failure, trading DeAndre. Bill O'Brien, first of all, Bill O'Brien should have never been the GM and coach in the first place. He never should have been the coach in the first place, especially, okay, I'll say this. He never should have been the coach. He never should have been a double GM and coach in the first place. But the Texans I was going to do a separate video on this, but I'll just include it here so we don't just see two separate videos and confuse you guys. The Texans just hired Nick Caserio as they have an actual GM for the first time in 2 years. And Jack Esterby is still gonna work as the the VP of football operations over there. So that's good, but I don't care. Bill O'Brien should have never been the GM. He traded away DeAndre Hopkins, and he didn't even get a first-round pick. The Bears got 2 first-round picks for Khalil Mack, and the Texans didn't get a single first-round pick for DeAndre Hopkins, and the Vikings got, a haul, including a late first-round pick for Stephon Diggs from the Bills, and the Texans didn't get a single first-round pick. The Texans, their management is a little shaky. So they hired Nick Caserio, which he was basically the de facto GM for Bill Belichick and the Patriots over there in New England for these last chunk of years, because they didn't really have one, and he was VP of football operations, so he's pretty much the de facto GM. If you don't know what that means, he's pretty much the GM running things over there, because they didn't have one. But he's gonna decide who his next head coach is. I would hire Joe Brady away from the Carolina Panthers, who came from LSU a couple years ago. He worked great with Joe Burrow that one year and won the national championship, and then he went to the Panthers. And the Panthers, I thought his play calling was pretty good. Teddy Bridgewater didn't really execute things very, very well. But they already interviewed Joe Brady, I believe. But they're the only team out of the 6 teams, the Chargers. So the 6 teams that need a head coach are the Chargers, Jets. Hold on, let me think about this here. Chargers, Jets, Jaguars. There's 6. Chargers, Jets, Jaguars, Falcons. Oh, shoot, who am I missing? Anyway, whatever. The Texans need a new head coach. It will come to me when I'm probably done with this video. But, or maybe as I'm recording here. But they need a new coach, obviously. And they didn't even hire Eric Bieniemy. Out of the 6 head coaches, teams that need a head coach, they didn't even interview Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy. Ever since Patrick Mahomes got there, even the last year Alex Smith was there, Eric Bieniemy is a great play caller. He was the quarterback's coach and the Chiefs, the couple years that Matt Nagy was the offensive coordinator, but then Matt Nagy left for the Bears. Matt Nagy might get fired too if they lose the playoff game to the Saints in a really blown out way. And Mitchell Trubisky, we'll get to that in a little bit. That's a topic for another day, maybe in another video, another day. But offensive coordinator Matt Nagy left, and then Eric Bieniemy got promoted from quarterback coach to offensive coordinator. So Eric Bieniemy has been in coaching circles and interviews for a solid 3 years, I want to say now. And I think this is the year he gets hired, but it's kind of baffling and puzzling to me, why the Texans wouldn't hire. You don't have to hire him, but at least interview Eric Bieniemy like all the other teams are. I mean, come on. And then Yeah, but Nick Casario is going to have his choice. But I guess Nick Casario didn't want to. Nick Casario and Jack Histerby and the ownership didn't want to. At least interview Eric Bieniemy, which is so stupid. But Nick Casario is a really solid, not pickup, but really solid hire in my opinion. Well, I guess pickup. Really solid hire for GM in their open GM position, in my opinion. And the Lions are the sixth team that need a head coach. That's right. So there's 6 teams that need a new head coach. Chargers, Jaguars, Texans, Jets, Falcons, Lions. And out of those 6 teams, I believe 4 of the teams need a new general manager. The Lions, formerly the Texans, but now they got Nick Casario, so now it's 3. So the Lions, Falcons, and Jaguars, all 3 of those guys need a new general manager. But anyway, landing spots for Nick Casario is a very solid move. Landing spots for Deshaun Watson, I mean, I was thinking of the Bears, but I have a really bad feeling that they're going to franchise tag Mitchell Trubisky, and that price is going to be way too high. They're going to franchise tag Mitchell Trubisky because they'll fall in love with him, and Matt Nagy will still be there. In my opinion, you give Matt Nagy one more shot. Yeah, but again, Deshaun to the Bears, I don't really know because I have a really bad feeling that they're going to franchise tag Mitchell Trubisky to keep him for maybe 1 or 2 more years. Franchise tag is 1 year, but maybe they give him an actual 2-year contract extension because he's a free agent this year. But you can't erase all the mistakes he's made. He was okay his rookie year, but ever since then, he hasn't been very good. He's not a bust maybe. He's kind of played well down the season here. But let's just say he's not been spectacular. And winning 1 playoff game, which is very hard to do in the Saints' home turf, they're motivated because Drew Brees, it was already announced that he's most likely retiring. He hasn't said it himself, but he's most likely retiring. That's the belief after this playoffs, and I think he will because he's 41 years old right now, entering the playoffs. So yeah, but the Bears, even if they win, which they're not probably likely not going to, but even if they do or lose, I think they still might franchise tag Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, I'm just 1 playoff win doesn't mean he's all of a sudden the king. He's the mighty savior. It doesn't make him the savior of the Bears organization all of a sudden. So that whole mess with Matt Nagy, Nick Foles, and Mitchell Trubisky was just a mess, mismanaged in my opinion. They started out 5-0. Right, they started 4-0, then dropped to 4-1, then 5-1, and then they lost 6 in a row to go from all the way from 5-1 to 5-7, and now they're 8-8, and they snuck in the playoffs because even though they lost to the Packers, the Rams beat the Cardinals, and the Cardinals lost because Kyler Murray was out. If Kyler Murray was in, no way the Rams would have won. So the Cardinals lost to the Rams, so now the Bears are in. But I don't think Deshaun will go to the Bears. It's hard to say what landing spots. Maybe the Vikings. I just think they're too attached to Kirk Cousins, and that's a bad idea. I don't think Kirk Cousins is that good. I think he's overrated. The Eagles, I don't think so, because they want to see what Jalen Hurts has. The Giants, I didn't think about this, but the Giants could actually trade for Deshaun Watson. The Steelers. The Steelers have been connected to Sam Darnold and maybe Jameis Winston and Deshaun Watson. So if I had to... These aren't any rankings. I'm just naming off some teams here for Deshaun Watson. So the Bears are out unless they let Trubisky walk. If they let Trubisky walk, that's a whole new thing. But I think they'll sadly franchise tag or re-sign Mitchell Trubisky, whatever way you want to get done, if you will. But these are the teams I'm just rattling off here off the top of my head. Giants would be a good fit for Deshaun Watson, I think. Steelers would be for the future. Even 1 or 2 more years with Big Ben. Roethlisberger in 2 years is pushing it. So I think this 1 year and it's it. And they retire. So Giants. Giants. Colts. The Colts are probably going to get Sam Darnold or Carson Wentz. So Giants, Colts, Steelers. Those are the 3 I would say. Bears if they get rid of Mitchell Trubisky, but I don't think they will. So Giants, Colts, Steelers are prime contenders. Runners in the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes here, however you want to say it. But I think it would take at least a first-round pick, if not 2 first-round picks to trade for Deshaun Watson. I think he's a top 5 quarterback in this league for sure, even though I love Josh Allen. I think he is just a bit better than Josh Allen. Well, yeah, he's a bit better than Josh Allen, though. I think your quarterback rankings, just off the top of my head here, go 1, Patrick Mahomes, 2, Aaron Rodgers, 3, Russell Wilson, 4, Deshaun Watson, 5, Josh Allen. Josh Allen and Deshaun Watson, you can flip if you'd like. Even Russell Wilson, you can flip at those 3 guys. But right now, I'm going to go Mahomes, Rodgers, off the top of my head. Mahomes, Rodgers, Wilson, Watson, Allen. So, yeah, tell me what you guys think below about the Nick Caserio hirings by the Houston Texans. But more importantly, I just feel so bad for Deshaun Watson, man. I really hope he requests a trade. And they're going to net 2 first-round picks. Bill O'Brien set him up for failure, obviously. And the Texans aren't even interviewing Eric Bieniemy when every other team under the sun that needs a coach is. I just don't get it. But tell me what you guys think about the Texans. They're just really mismanaged, in my opinion. And again, I cannot express this enough. I feel so bad for Deshaun Watson. I hope he requests a trade immediately. I hope he does it even tomorrow. Like, the Texans, Bill O'Brien just ruined that organization. They're so mismanaged. Nick Caserio is a solid move, though. Anyways, guys, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Everything from Eric Bieniemy to Nick Caserio to Jack Esterby to Bill O'Brien failure to Deshaun Watson. Most importantly, Deshaun Watson requesting a trade. I hope he does it. Again, do you feel bad for him? Do you think what do you think his value is? Anyways, guys, this is Basketball 1130. See you in the next one. See you guys.